Hey guys, in this video we're gonna learn about sensitivity, specificity, positive predictive value, negative predictive value. Let's go. Well, hello there, welcome back. Let's get started. The question reads, a new test to diagnose UTI in women is being assessed. The comparison gold standard is positive urine dipstick plus urine culture. Results are given below. And below we see a table that you will know this. Trust me after this video, trust me. You will know this in your head, in your heart, in your soul. You need to know this. So what are we doing in this video? In this video, you will learn how to solve for sensitivity, specificity. So let's cross it. Sensitivity, specificity, positive predictive value, which is PPV, and negative predictive value, which is also known as NPV. Okay, pull out your pens, your pencils, paper, everything, because I need you to follow along so we can get this done. And you can know this and be an expert, okay? So what is the first thing that I want you to do? I want you to draw a rectangle, okay? Everyone knows what a rectangle is? Of course, you guys are geniuses. Okay, and then we'll divide it into 4 equal sections. So with a cross in the middle, or we just draw across 4 equal sections. The next thing that I want you to do is put here positive, negative, positive, negative. Okay, on top we should put reality, and on the side we should put test. Next thing that I want you to do is put here sensitivity, over here specificity, on top positive predictive value and negative predictive value. So now we see we have everything on the outside solved. Now what do we do with the inside? I'll let you know now. But the first thing that I want you to remember is that everything is based on the test. Okay? So everything is based on the test. You may ask, hey princess, what does that mean? Well, hold on, let me explain to you. Okay, let's solve the things inside of the table, and this will make more sense. Let's refer to reality as disease. In our case, our reality is actually people that have urine dipstick plus urine culture, but I believe disease is more, it's gonna be simpler to understand the concept, okay? So let's say disease, right? So let's say if somebody has the disease, they take a test and they're positive for the test. This is a true positive value, okay? So now let's say the person on this section does not have the disease, right? And the test comes out negative. That's a true negative value, right? Because in reality, they actually don't have the disease, right? So let's do the other sections. How about this section over here, where the patient or the person does not have the disease, but the test comes out positive. This is when I want you to remember that everything is based on the test, okay? So the patient does not have the disease, but still they took the test and now it's positive? That makes no sense. So this is a false positive. You see how we put positive? Because the test is positive. It's based on the test, okay? So now let's do, what about this one over here? So the patient has the disease, takes the test, and turns out it's negative. Makes no sense. So what is that value? It's a false what? If it is based on the test, it's a false negative. Okay, great. I know you got it already. So this is all you need to know right now to solve everything, okay? We completed the outside, now the inside as well. So now let's get into the real meats and potatoes of everything, okay? So let's solve for sensitivity, specificity, positive predictive value, negative predictive value. How are we gonna do this? I need you to pay attention, a lot of attention. For sensitivity, I want you to think of somebody that is very sensitive. It can be yourself or a friend, that when you tell them bad news, they're down, you know, like it's like, oh man, they're down. So I'm going to start writing down arrows. Sensitivity will go down because sensitive people, when they hear bad news, they're down. Okay, so down. This arrow will be down. Since we wrote sensitivity over here, the arrow will go down towards sensitivity. Okay, how about specificity? Specific. Is specificity hard to pronounce? I think it's very hard. I don't know. Is it just me? Let me know in the questions below, okay? Specificity. Oh man, specificity. Come on. Okay, so specificity. I want you to think of yourself, okay? You're studying right now for whatever it is, step 1, step 2, or just exams for school, and you need to be very specific about the information that you learn, right? So if you're very specific, your marks will go up. So for specificity, your marks will go up, so the arrow goes up, okay? So if you're specific about the information material that you learn, your marks will go up, okay? So the arrow, remember we wrote specificity over here, so the arrow will go up. Great. Now, what do we do with positive predictive value? I want you to remember, or I want you to think of somebody that is positive. If you're positive, you're already halfway done, right? You're better than other people already. Yes, I said it. You're better than other people. If you keep a positive mind, you're in the right path, right? Right positive predictive value. So the arrow is to the right. Oh, this actually may be your left, but this is my right. Is this your right? Who knows? But positive predictive value is right, okay? The arrow is to the right. Okay, so where do we write positive predictive value? Over here. So the arrow goes, the arrow goes to the right. So now, last but not least, negative predictive value. I want you to remember that positive is right. The opposite of positive is negative. So if positive is right, negative is left. Great. Amazing, you're a genius. So we draw the arrow to the left. This is negative predictive value. That's where we wrote it. So arrow to the left. Great, amazing. So now that you are a genius, you're an expert on sensitivity, specificity, PPV, NPV, let's get to the questions. Let's start with sensitivity. So sensitivity. Sensitivity. We wrote over here, and we said that if you're sensitive, if somebody gives you bad news, you'll feel down, so the arrow goes down, and we put the arrow down. Now I need you to remember, whatever the arrow starts, I want you to circle it, and that will be at the top. And we will divide this by whatever you circled again, so top, and add whatever the arrow ends, which is over here, 100, right? So this will be 400 over 500, cross, so 4 over 5, 0.8 or 80%. Come on, math, me, I did math. Actually, double check that, make sure that I got it right. If I didn't get it right, just write down in the comments. Okay, so let's do specificity now. Specificity. You see, I told you, specificity is just like one of those words that is like hard to say. Specificity. Try to say it 10 times. Let's see where it goes. So we say specificity. If you're specific about the information that you're learning, you learn it properly, your marks will go up, right? So we wrote it here, specificity, and then we said that your marks will go up. So like I said before, circle whatever the arrow starts, put it on top for 150, and then you're gonna divide it by whatever you circled again for 150 plus wherever the arrow ends, in this case 50. So this will be 450 divided by 500. Cross, this is 45 divided by 50, which is 45 divided by 0.9 or 90%. I'm telling you, I should teach math. Maybe I should teach math. Let me know, what should I do? Okay, let's move on. Now it's positive predictive value for all my positive people. I know all of you are positive. So PPV, what do we say? If you're positive, you're on the right path. So the arrow goes to the right. we wrote PPV here, so the arrow goes to the right. Now, same thing. What did I say? Wherever the arrow starts, you will circle this and you put it on top, and you're gonna divide it by, again, whatever you circled, plus wherever your arrow ends. This is 400 divided by 450. It's 40 divided by 45. 40 divided by 45. That's 0.8. Oh, 0.888, right? So 0.8 periodic. So if we round up, or 89%, kind of, right? So that's positive predictive value. Great, excellent. See, it didn't take any time. Okay, so let's do the last one. The last one, I want you to do it with me. Okay, so now let's do negative predictive value. And as you remember, if you remember correctly, we said negative predictive value is the opposite as positive predictive value. So if positive was to the right, negative is to the left. Great. Where did we write it on the on this square in this graph table? Correct. Excellent. You know, even though you think I cannot hear you, make sure you answer these questions because I can hear you, okay? So if we go to the left, we go to the left over here. What do we do next? Excellent answer. We circle wherever the arrow started, and where do we put it? Amazing. We put it on top. Okay, so after we put it on top, what do we put on the bottom? Great, we put whatever we circle, so 450 plus what? Great, 100. Why? Because that's where the arrow ends. Okay, so 450, now we solve. This is 550, cross is 45 divided by 55, 55. 0.8181, I think that's what it is. So if we round up, this is 82%. And that is it. We have everything done. And one more time, just to reiterate, you really need to do this table. I will do it one more time. The first thing you have to do, you just do a rectangle divided by 4, positive, negative, positive, negative. This is reality. This is test. This is sensitivity, this is specificity, this is positive predictive value, negative, true, positive, false, positive, false, negative, true, negative. And that is the end of the video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope maybe it's a review. And that is how you do biostats. Now you're a genius, just like me. But remember to not forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and goodbye.